Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 819th battle that I've put onto our Brotherhood YouTube channel. And what a battle I've got for you today. I think this is a first for our channel. This is a night battle with dense fog as well. So I think this is the first time we've ever put this type of battle onto our YouTube channel. As I say, it's a night battle and we've included dense fog as well. So it should add a little bit more interest to the battle, I'm hoping. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Mars, who has bought the Vandals faction. Now he has got 4 archers, 8 infantry and 8 cavalry. Just to explain the rules on Barbarian Invasion, we allow 8 cavalry, 2 berserkers, 2 horse archers, no artillery or elephants. Okay, so that's the rules when we play Barbarian Invasion. There's say 8 cavalry there, which is what Mars has got. If you look at his archers here, he's got the steppe raiders. Now these guys have got long range, really good defense, and probably they're the best archers in the game, the best foot archers in the game, these guys are. So as I say, he's got 8 of those. And then we move on to his infantry. There you can see the steppe horde chosen warriors. I just wanted to show you their swords there. If you look closely at their swords, can you see they've got curved ends? So these swords are more for slashing than stabbing. So it'll be interesting to see how Mars uses his elite infantry during the course of the battle. And then if you look at his cavalry there, you'll see there's steppe noble cavalry. If you look at their armour there, you can see they're actually well armoured, so they've got good defense and all-round good cavalry. Remember, the Vandals were predominantly a cavalry army, if I remember correctly. So I say that's there, and you can see them, and you've got more of his archers there. So there, that's Mars is Vandals army. It'll be interesting to see how he handles that during the course of the battle. Okay, our next teammate is someone who's called himself OTD Chinrizig, but is in fact Scorpion King SR, and he has bought the Sassanid faction. Now he has got 6 archers, 6 infantry, 6 cavalry and 2 horse archers. Now there's his Sugdian warriors there. If you notice, if you see what they're carrying there, can you see they're carrying effective against armour maces? So make no mistake, they're pretty solid infantry with those. But if you notice there, can you see Scorpion King's only put 3 upgrades on? Now, knowing Scorpion King's attacking credentials, I'm thinking that's probably gold attack on those infantry, but that is quite small upgrades there. But here you can see he's got his desert archers. Obviously in the desert they would get a bonus, but there's not a desert here. And if you notice there, can you see that he's got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Now these are long range archers, but as I say, you can see they're wearing no armor, so their defense is not that good. But for the Sassanids, their cavalry is the main thing that carries them through here. Now here you can see the general unit there. Can you see the general there? There in his cavalry unit there, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that Scorpion King has possibly fully upgraded this unit here. If you look closely, can you see they're armoured from head to toe, and we call these guys the tanks of the Barbarian Invasion world there. Okay, these guys, make no mistake, I think with just gold shield, gold attack on, they've got something like a 35 defense. But if you count the upgrades here, can you see that he has fully upgraded this unit? 9 upgrades, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. That's going to give that unit something like a 38 defense there. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. The rest of his cavalry, like, you just got gold shield, gold attack on, but that's good enough for this cavalry. They are so elite. And then you've got the horse archers here, Assassinate horse archers, fast moving. They've got a good rate of fire as well. So I think that's a pretty good Sassanid army there, but only 6 infantry with just gold attack on. Is that enough? Well, I guess we'll see as the battle unfolds. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Earth, who has bought the Allemanii faction. Now he's got 8 cavalry, 6 archers, 2 berserkers and just 4 axemen. Okay, so once again he has gone low on infantry in this battle. If you have a look there, there's his axemen. These are chosen axemen. Of course, the axes they carry are effective against armour, so they can cut wide swathes through heavily armoured troops like Roman infantry. Okay, but he's only got 4 of these chosen axemen. so it'll be interesting to see how he uses those. And of course he's got the two berserkers there. There you go, I believe they are the Lombard berserkers. Okay, now these guys got a massive fear factor, they got big attacking specifications, but those two-handed swords that they carry are not, repeat, not effective against armor. But they've got a big fear factor, and if you notice there, I think he's just got gold shield, gold attack on them. And then we move on to his archers there. Now you've got two lots of archers. You can either have these guys, the chosen archers, which are medium range but well armoured, so they've got good defence, or you can have the Lombard archers, which are long range but don't wear armour, have got very low defence. So he's gone for these guys that have got medium range but have got good armour on them, so they've got good defence there. If you notice his cavalry here, you can see that he's got the Barbarian noble cavalry. Now these guys are probably mid-range cavalry, they're quite good, but also what I'd like to show you here is he's actually got Burgundian lancers. Okay, now these are heavy cavalry. If you look, can you see they're heavy cavalry, but they've got the speed of light cavalry. Okay, so not only have you got them as heavy cavalry, you've got the advantage of them moving around the battlefield like light cavalry. That's how good these cavalry are. I don't think they've got quite the same impact as normal heavy cavalry, but they make up for that with the speed they can get around the battlefield. But then once again, only 4 axemen and 2 berserkers. Is that enough for this particular battle? Well, as I said before, we'll just have to wait and see as the battle unfolds. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's bought the Roman Eastern Empire Rebels. Now I've just got 12 infantry and 6 cavalry. If you notice here, I've got the comitatenses, which are eagle units. So every one of my infantry units are eagle units. So you imagine the morale in that army. Every single unit is a morale boosting unit. And then I've got my Equitae Clibanarii cavalry. Can you see them with their effective against armour maces that look suspiciously like rolling pins? And as I said before, these guys have been called the Angry Bakers, but those are effective against armour maces. And make no mistake, this cavalry is really elite. I think personally it's probably the best cavalry in the game, but everybody's got different opinions on that. So there's our team, and it'll be interesting to see how they do. Can you see the fire torches they're carrying now? When I put it on play, there you are. And you'll find that during the course of the battle, these fire torches really light up the battlefield in certain positions. Like when there's lots of units fighting each other, you'll see that these fire torches really do, as I say, make the lighting a lot different in our battles. It should be a great one for you to watch. And here is the other team. We have the Orange Veteran. Now just let you know that the Orange Veteran has just started playing Rome Total War and Barbarian Invasion, and we're encouraging him to come into our games a lot, as we're always trying to encourage new players onto Rome Total War and then encourage them into our battles where hopefully we can retain them to play both games, you know, RTW and Barbarian Invasion. Now the Orange Veteran has got 4 archers, 10 infantry and 6 cavalry. As I say, calling himself the Orange Veteran makes him sound like say a veteran player, but as I say, he's only just started playing Rome Total War and Barbarian Invasion. So as I say, we're really trying to encourage him to stay. There you can see that he's got his archers there. He's got 7 upgrades on them, an experience, stripe, gold shield, gold attack, but these archers are mid-range. You can see they wear no armour, so their defence is not very good, and as I say, only mid-range there. And then you've got the Romano British Legionnaires there, and I believe he's got 7 7 upgrades, an experience, stripe, gold shield, gold attack. If you notice there, they carry pilers, so they can throw missiles before they actually charge into battle there. So they are pretty solid infantry, these British Legionnaires, and with the upgrades he's put on them, I think that they could stand quite well. And then you've got the Grail Knights here. Now make no mistake, these are elite cavalry, and you can see he's put 8 upgrades on them, 2 experience, stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Now most cavalry units have got 54 men in the unit. You'll notice that these have only got 32, and the reason they've only got 32 is because their specifications are so good. And as I say, he's put 8 upgrades on them as well, so I think this is a pretty good Romano British army. of the orange veterans. It'd be interesting to see how well he does. Now, we all know that he's a new player, so can you see that Aurelius has brought some of his units over to support him there for when the battle starts. Good bit of teamwork there by Aurelius. As I say, we try and look after him in our battles there, as we try to encourage him to stay playing Barbarian Invasion and Rome Total War. That's one of our missions, to try and encourage players on if we can. Okay, so Aurelius's army consists of 4 cavalry, 2 berserkers, 7 chosen axemen, and 3 cavalry. Now, there's his archers. Now, the Lombard archers are long-range archers, okay, but if you notice, they're not wearing any armour. So, as I say, they are long range, but no armour, so their defence is not very good, but they kind of make up for that for their range. And there, say, he's got 4 cavalry there, and he's gone for the Burgundian lancers there, which we've talked about earlier. These are fast moving, they've got the speed of light cavalry, but if you notice, they are heavy cavalry, so they're good units to bring to the battlefield. I don't think they've quite got the impact of normal heavy cavalry, but they make up for that with the speed they can get around the battlefield. There, and you see he's got 7 upgrades on, an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack, and then he's got his 2 Lombard berserkers. As I say, big attack specifications, a big fear factor, but those double-handed swords are not effective against armour. But as I say, the fear factor they bring in Barbarian Invasion, morale is very, very important. I think more important than on Rome Total War. And if you notice there, can you see he has fully upgraded his berserkers there? 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So make no mistake, those are serious berserkers there. Have a look at the rest of his army there. You'll see that he's got, I think those are, yeah, those are Knight Raiders there, so they're good infantry in their own right, but they bring a fear factor as well, taking morale away from enemy troops, destabilising them, making them more susceptible to routing. And then he's got his chosen axemen there. Remember, those axes are effective against armour and are really good at cutting wide swathes through heavily armoured troops. So I think that's a pretty good army of Aurelius's there, and I think that's a tried and tested army. I think that's his favourite faction on Barbarian Invasion. Okay, their next teammate is Sneaky Barclayman here, who's got the Saxons faction. Now, he's got 8 axemen, 8 levy spearmen, and 4 cavalry. Okay, so there you are. You can see there, look at the upgrades he's put on his cavalry. 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Now, these mounted noble cavalry are what I call mediocre cavalry. They're not in the elite bracket, but they're not in the terrible bracket either. Very mediocre, but very useful. Of course, the rest of his army, all his infantry, are hiding in the woods there. Okay, so once again, Sneaky Barclayman there. But notice how he keeps his general over there, because you know the general can't be hidden. So he's probably put his general over there hoping that we'll think he's got all his troops hiding in that little woods area, when in fact he's got all his infantry hiding in those woods there, I believe. So as I say, Sneaky Barclayman there, trying to be a bit sneaky. Okay, and their last teammate is Manuel there. Now, he is a medieval Total War 2 player most of the time, but he comes and plays RTW and Barbarian Invasion with us sometimes. He's got 6 cavalry, 12 infantry, and 2 archers. Okay, as I say, he's a Med 2 player most of the time, but he likes to come play with us sometimes. Now, here you can see the Eastern Archer there. And these guys got long range. You can see they're well armoured and are really good elite archers here. They are also some of the best archers in the game. You'll notice that he's got some units of the 81-man comitatenses there. Okay, so you've got 2 lots of comitatenses here. You've got the 81-man units, and then you've got the other comitatenses that are 122-man units that are the Eagle units there. So he's certainly got a lot of those as well. So he's got a good mixture of infantry there with a lot of morale. And he's also gone for the Equitae Clibanarii with their rolling pin, effective against armour maces there. Okay, as I say, the Angry Bakers there, but they're very, very good cavalry. And you can see he's only got 3 upgrades on, which I'm thinking probably gold attack there, maybe. So there you are, that's a pretty good Roman army. As I say, it's going to be a great battle for you to watch, and I really hope you enjoy it. Okay, at this stage of the battle, we're going to try something that I've never done on any of my battles before. And that is, I'd like you to imagine that you're a soldier in our army as we're moving forward in the darkness here. Okay, so you're moving forward with our army there in the darkness. About 20 minutes ago, a dense fog came onto the potential battlefield here. In these superstitious days, is that a bad omen? Your eyes are piercing, trying to look through the darkness and the fog. They're trying to see if you can see the fire torches of the enemy army that might be approaching you. Part of you will be thinking you'd like to see those torches so that you can get the battle over and done with. But another part of you will be thinking you hope you don't see those enemy torches so that there will be no battle tonight. And it can be a very scary thing as you look through the darkness. And then all of a sudden, you're peering through that darkness and the fog, and you see the enemy fire torches. You know that the enemy army is approaching you. Your heart starts beating faster. The adrenaline in your body is pumping through your body very fast. You grip your sword handle a little bit tighter than you would normally as you can see the enemy approaching. You know that the enemy are fierce warriors. You know that this is going to be a tough battle. You hope that you and your teammates, your mates all around you will prevail. But with that dense fog that came onto the battlefield, is that a bad omen? Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you'll see that Scorpion King is being his normal aggressive attacking self there, and he's got his horse archers right at the front of his setup area there, ready to attack immediately. And there you are, you can see those horse archers running forward. As I say, we literally just press start. And there you are, you can see how aggressive he's going to be right from the beginning of the battle. Can you see how he's put his horse archers into Cantabrian circle? This makes it incredibly difficult for foot archers to kill these horse archers when they're in that Cantabrian circle. They move so fast and they've got a really good rate of fire as well. You can see Scorpion King bringing a couple of his well upgraded foot archers over as well here. As I say, in a night battle you'll see a lot of really good lighting effects there. Here, can you see those fire arrows coming in there? I thought that was quite a good, you can see quite a good effect there of when those fire arrows hit in a night battle here. There are those fire arrows coming in again. Look. As I say, I think a night battle can really enhance the way that a battle looks with the lighting, as you will see a little bit later on, especially when there's a lot of units fighting there. Right, you can see Scorpion King here moving his Sassanid army forward, and of course he's teamed up with Mars as well. There you can see, as I say, the archers of Scorpion King there, but also you'll see the elite archers of Mars coming forward as well. His step archers with long range, they got good defense, and there will be a lot of arrows going in towards the enemy troops there. As we move over here, you'll see that of course I've got the Roman army there, and what I said to the team is that I will shadow the enemy Roman army there. Okay, on each team we just got one Roman army for this battle, so as I say, I said to the team I will shadow that other Roman army. Remember, the firepower that Roman armies have got can be devastating, so it's best for me to do that. And we know that sneaky Barclayman has got his elite Saxon troops hidden in these woods here. Okay, or we suspect that anyway. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Remember, Arthur, I believe, has got 8 archers there, so he'll be moving them forward, but he needs to be careful. And there, of course, he's only got 4 infantry, 4 chosen axemen. As I say, that's not a lot really for the battlefield, but we'll see how that does during the course of the battle. And as I say, over here, the Cantabrian circle of Scorpion King's horse archers there will be shooting loads of arrows into the enemy archers there. And you can see there, unfortunately for the Romano British faction there, their archers are mid-range. They haven't got very good armour. They're not brilliant really. And if Scorpion King wanted to, he could just stay out of range of these archers and just shoot into them there. But as I say, there's a bit of an archer battle going on there. But as I say, that Cantabrian circle makes it very, very difficult for enemy foot archers to kill these archers there, as Scorpion King knows, and that's why he's bought those couple of horse archers there. As I say, the rate of fire from those horse archers is quite amazing as well. And over here, as I say, these woods here, we believe where Barclayman has got his Saxon infantry hiding there. Can you see there's a couple of Saxon cavalry that Barclayman has just brought into the woods there? You watch them disappear. They were there, and now they're hiding in the woods along with the rest of his infantry. But can you see they were spotted by Earth's archers, and they carried on shooting into them? So even though they disappeared like they were hiding, the archers knew where they were, and that's why they managed to give them a couple of casualties there as the arrows went into them. But as I say, you can see me moving my Roman army over a little bit there. As I say, I'm shadowing the enemy Roman army. Let's just pause again for a second there. So I can see that Manuel's Roman army, he's moving over. So as I say, I'm shadowing his army there. So as he moves, I will move as well. And he's moving his army over towards his allies there. I think they're moving over towards the new player there. The orange veteran there. They're moving over there to help him out, as they know he's a new player. And as I say, my Roman army will be shadowing Manuel's Roman army there. It'll be interesting to see what happens when we eventually lock horns, I think. But as I say, here Earth's 4 axemen there, and you can see him moving his archers forward. Now we'll see soon whether the Saxon infantry are hiding in the woods. Right, there you are. Can you see the Saxon infantry are now moving? Remember, as soon as a unit moves in the woods, they come out of hiding and you can see them. And as we thought there, sneaky Barclayman had all his infantry hiding in these particular woods there. He's going to run his cavalry forward there, probably try and take out some of Earth's archers. Pause the game for a second there. So here you'll see he's got his levy spearmen. Now these guys can throw spears. Can you see they're in the process of throwing spears there? They're a 120 man unit. He's got, believe he's got 8 of them. And the reason he's bought them is because they are kind of cheap units, and you can use them to, there's an arrow there. You can use them as pilot shield units there. They soak up pilots pretty good from Roman missile troops. So as I say, here you'll see him running his cavalry forward. Remember, I believe he had well upgraded cavalry, and he's charging forward to try and take out some of Earth's archers there. Okay, there you are. You can see that cavalry moving forward. And you can see Earth moving his cavalry forward to counter sneaky Barclayman's cavalry there. There you are, like a bang as he charges in there. But I'm going to charge my cavalry over as well to help out here. As I could see, as I know that Earth's only got 4 infantry, his axemen there, that's all he's got. I'm going to charge into the back of those engaged Saxon cavalry there. So there'll be a hammer and anvil attack. Look, bang! Earth's cavalry was the anvil, my cavalry was the hammer there, as we've routed those units. But I can see that infantry, that Saxon infantry moving over towards my cavalry. So the prudent thing to do is to pull my cavalry back. I don't want to get killed by missiles from those levy spearmen there. So there you are. You can see me moving my cavalry back. You can see all the Saxon infantry is now moved forward. As I say, those levy spearmen there, they throw the spears, and of course because they've got spears, they're anti-cavalry as well. And as I say, they are quite cheap units, so they're quite alright to use as pilot shield units there. And there's his more of them there that you see throwing those spears. There you are, that's the spears they throw. You'll notice that they're different from the pilas that Roman troops throw. They are spears there that they're throwing into our troops. As I say there, I'm shadowing the Roman army of Manuel's, and over here on the right flank, I think with Mars and Scorpion King being on our right flank, I can see some very aggressive moves coming up during the course of the battle there. Here you'll see there's a bit of a cavalry scrap here by the looks of it there, and you can see some cavalry units have been routed and some archer units have been routed as well. But you can see those well upgraded Grail Knights moving forward there. I believe they had 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. But as I say, with Mars and Scorpion King on our right flank, it wouldn't surprise me if they did try a flanking action on the Romano British player there. It wouldn't surprise me if Aurelius brought his army over to support his ally here on this flank. And over here you can see Scorpion King moving his cavalry around looking for targets to hit. As we know, Scorpion King and Mars can be both very, very aggressive and attacking players there. And with them side by side on our right flank and right centre, it wouldn't surprise me if that's where the battle kind of kicks off there, if you see what I mean. But as I say, here you can see the Saxon troops in the woods. Remember, they're going to get a woods bonus if we attack them or fight them in the woods there, barbarian troops, and I believe these troops as well, they get a woods bonus. Did you see that berserker unit was in berserk mode there and then stopped just before it charged in there, because it was probably so scared by the enemy numbers, it got so frightened, look, that it stopped itself being in berserk mode and has now been taken out. So that's a berserker unit that's just been taken out there by the enemy troops, which is bad news for us. See the fire torches that the enemy are holding there to light up the night there. So that's unfortunate for us to have lost a berserker unit there. So as I say, Earth had 4 chosen axemen and 2 berserkers, and he's just lost one of his berserker units there. So that was quite sad there for us. You can see Earth got some of his cavalry out here on the flank, ready to attack the Saxons if they advance any further towards his infantry there. So that would be a good tactical move there by Earth, as we know, a very good tactical player. I've got my cavalry there as well because I was going to help him if he needed it. But all the time here I'm moving my infantry over there just to cover the enemy Roman army there. As I say, what I said to the team is that I would shadow that Roman army there, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Just like to show you a good tactical attacking move here by Mars. Can you see how he's moving his cavalry round behind the enemy team there? Now this is a nice tactical move there. New players to Rome Total War or Barbarian Invasion. Can you see that? And it wouldn't surprise me if he brought his infantry round here as well on a wide flanking action to get in behind the enemy troops there. And I think that would be a really good move there for Mars to do that. And maybe in combination with Scorpion King there, they could both, as I said, be very aggressive and attack on this right flank and right centre. Here you can see Scorpion King there with his cavalry. Now make no mistake, the defence on his cavalry, he could stand there all day, and even if enemy archers were shooting into him, he would lose absolutely minimal casualties because the upgrades are so good. You can see the Roman army has moved over here now to help their ally on this flank, and you can see Aurelius, his army has moved over there as well. Okay, you can see Barclayman here, I believe, looking at the trajectory of his army, he will be moving his Saxon army over towards his allies as well. So it looks to me like the enemy army, the enemy team is going to mass their armies in that one particular place on the battlefield there. Okay. As I say, just look at the way that Mars has positioned his cavalry there. You can see they got him in wedge formation for more penetration and more impact. So you can see he's itching to attack. There's his infantry. As I say, he'll probably pull his infantry round behind the enemy team is what I think, and he's going to do there to kind of team up with his cavalry. Be a nice aggressive attacking move there. And as I say, here you can see the arrows coming in on these Romano British legionnaires. I just thought the fire torches look pretty cool, don't they? Like, and they, as I say, they light up the battlefield. And when you later on, when you see the big units fighting each other, you see how the fire torches really lighten up the battlefield. So yeah, as I say, this is the first time I think we've done this. So it's really interesting. You can see where all the units are together now. Can you see how all the fire torches are already starting to light up the battlefield there? You can see, just look at those fire arrows coming in. I think they look quite spectacular at night, those fire arrows coming in, and the way that they strike the targets area, where I can see them coming in again, look there. But when there's a massive load of them coming, I think they, as I say, they do look quite spectacular really. And as I say, you can see the enemy team now have massed all their armies in this one position here, okay? So you can see there Aurelius, Barclayman, Manuel, and the orange veteran there have all got their armies in that one position on the battlefield, and we will be looking to try and attack them. As I say, just look at the way that Mars has moved his cavalry around there, and he's moved his infantry around the rear as well, as we thought he would do. But remember, I believe he's only got 6 infantry, which is not a lot, is it really? 6 infantry there. And as I say, Scorpion King and Mars may well do a combination attack at the same time on that flank. And you'll see that Earth is moving his cavalry and archers around here as well, coming in on the flank of the enemy team. And as I say, you can see my Roman army there facing the enemy Roman army there. Okay, remember the enemy Roman army are the purple there, and my army is the green Roman army there. Just to give you a heads up for when they might well get into a fight a little bit later on. But here, as I say, you can see Mars's way that Mars has moved his infantry. I'd just like to show you the way that he's positioned his cavalry, his 8 cavalry. Can you see how he's got 2 cavalry there? Okay, so now from that position that he can hit at an angle into anywhere that he wants there with those 2 cavalry. Okay, rather than putting them all in one big group. And then he's moved these, let's see. So once again, these 2 cavalry, he can hit different targets and come in at different angles with the way that he's positioned his cavalry. Do you see what I mean? It's this is a new way of using cavalry. I mean, I'm still old school. I use my cavalry in a big, like, punch. I like to hit enemy targets like in a big punch with 5 or 6 cavalry, but that's the new way of using cavalry there, moving around so you can hit at different angles and different positions, which I think is quite useful, really. I'm just a little bit too old school, a little bit too old-fashioned, I think. But here you'll see see the enemy moving their cavalry across there to counter Earth's cavalry. Make no mistake, Earth will be wanting to get his cavalry in behind the enemy troops as well. But you can see there that Manuel has anticipated that and moved his cavalry out to try and counter it. Right, okay, so this is what we thought was going to happen here. Mars is now attacking from the rear. You can see there, sorry, he's got 8 infantry units there, and he's going to charge them in there. Get ready for this. And here they go, going to smash into the enemy troops there, like, and bang, as they charge in there. But you can see the enemy counter-attacking. Can you see Aurelius charging all his infantry in? Right, can you see Scorpion King's Sassanid cavalry coming in there? And bang, as they smash in there. More Sassanid cavalry coming in there. Bang! And you can see that the Vandal cavalry are charging in from those different angles as well, like a bang, as they smash in there. Oh my gosh. Now this, make no mistake, this could be a pivotal, an absolute pivotal part of the battle here, which is so many troops from both sides fighting here. Can you see the lighting here of the torches, those fire torches there? Can you see how they lighten up the battle there with the different colours that they bring there to the battle there? I thought it really makes it different there. But you can see that's a massive scrap going on there between Mars's Vandals, Scorpion King's Sassanids, and all those enemy troops there. Oh my gosh, let's pause the game for a second here. You can see a couple of Berserker units in there. Aurelius' fully upgraded Berserker units are there. Remember, 9 upgrades, 3 experience, stripes, gold shield, gold attack. You've got Scorpion King Sassanids in there. You've got the enemy Roman Equitai Clibanarii cavalry in there. You've got the Axemen of Aurelius, the Knight Raiders of Aurelius, and I think if I remember correctly, yeah, there's some Saxon infantry. Barclayman's brought some of his Saxon infantry over as well. Now you can see my infantry battle formation there, and what I'm thinking of doing there, can you see I've got wide pilot shield units there, but the main battle formation is narrow but in depth. Can you see that? It's narrow but in depth there. Okay, the old-fashioned, old-school battle formation there. But can you see the enemy Roman army in front of me is wide, but certainly thin? Do you see what I mean? It's certainly not in depth there. He's got some infantry units in behind those infantry units there, and I'm thinking there that maybe with all the action happening on that right, what I could do here is maybe try and smash through the enemy troops in front of me here, okay, with my infantry in a surge attack, and then ram home that surge attack with my cavalry. That's what I'm thinking about doing, trying to take a bit of pressure off of our right flank there. That's what I'm going to try and do anyway. But over here, you'll see that Scorpion King is doing a combination attack with Marslet. He's attacking the Romano British legionnaires there with his Sugdian warriors. But remember that Scorpion King's Sugdian warriors only had 3 upgrades on, which would be gold attack. So how well they'll do, we just have to wait and see. But over here, as I say, make no mistake, this could be a decisive and pivotal part of the battle there. I think that Scorpion King's general has just been taken out, and that is really bad news for us, because as I said earlier, morale is very, very important for on Barbarian Invasion, and to lose the general morale bonus there, you can see a lot of his units are now already routing from losing the general morale bonus there. He's still got a couple of cavalry units he's charging in there, but that is bad news for us. Those fully upgraded Berserkers of Aurelius are doing a lot of damage there, I think. And as I say, there's a lot going on here. There, as I say, Barclayman being a good teammate that he is, that he's brought some of his elite Saxon chosen axemen over there, and he's taken more of his troops over to that flank as well. I think both teams realise that this right flank attack here could be decisive and pivotal to the outcome of the battle. You'll see that Earth got his cavalry in behind the enemy troops, and he's charged his cavalry in, but he's come up against Roman Equiti Clibanarii and those elite Grail Knights as well. So Earth's cavalry could get a bit of a pound in there coming up against those really elite cavalry. Pause the game for a second there. So as I say, it could prove decisive there. But what I've decided to do now, you'll see that I am now running my infantry forward. Now you're going to see an old school, old-fashioned surge attack that I was doing about 15 or 16 years ago. Okay, and I'm going to ram home that infantry surge attack with my cavalry and try and break through the enemy Roman troops in front of me. Now Earth, I know he's only got 4 chosen axemen, that's all he's got, but he may well bring that into the flank of the enemy troops, plus he'll probably bring his archers over as well to shoot arrows into the enemy as well. But as I say here, you're going to see an old-fashioned, old-school surge attack here, trying to take pressure off our right flank. That's the only reason I'm doing that, is to try and take pressure off of our right flank and right centre here. If I can punch a hole through this Roman army in front of me, they may well have to bring troops over from that right flank to try and shore up this flank. Right, so here you go. Old school, old-fashioned infantry surge attack from about 15, 16 years ago, and my cavalry here now is going to ram home that attack. Get ready for this cavalry. Go in there, and bang, as they smash in there, trying to break through that Roman infantry in front of me there. Can you see the surge attack of infantry and cavalry there, really trying to push through that enemy Roman troops? And we've managed to do it. You can see my cavalry have pierced that enemy Roman defence there. So we've managed to punch a hole through that enemy Roman army there, which is just what I wanted to do. And Earth's axemen here have come over, look, routed a couple of those Roman units as well. So it was a good combination attack by myself and Earth there on this flank. Now we're hoping to draw units over. Unfortunately here, as I say, the Sogdian warriors of Scorpion King only had 3 upgrades on, and they have now been routed, oh my gosh, by those Romano legionnaires, or Romano British legionnaires. So Scorpion King has lost his infantry here, and he's just got his archers left, and I'm thinking that most of his archers have probably shot their arrows now. Let's have a look at this unit. Yeah, there you are. They've drawn their little swords now, so they've run out of arrows. Okay, so that's bad news for us here. And I say there, so Scorpion King's lost all his infantry there, and at the rear here you'll see a lot of Scorpion King's and Mars's infantry and cavalry have been routed by the enemy troops there. Oh my gosh, look at those dead Sassanid cavalry there of Scorpion Kings. Oh my gosh, you could just see absolutely loads of them dead there. And look at Earth's cavalry, look how battle depleted they are. These are 54-man units, look, only 16 men in that, with 13 men in that unit, 25 men in that unit, but these are 54-man units. So you can see the pounding that they took when they went up against those elite cavalry there. So, as I say, things not looking very good for our troops here, and the enemy look to me like they've prevailed on our right flank. Now, what they should do is chase down our routing troops. If they don't chase down those routing troops, then they could be in trouble later on in the battle. That's what I think there. Remember, we should have all learnt lessons from playing RTW and Barbarian Invasion. You always chase down the routers, don't you? You always do that. But here you'll see, as I say, my Roman army has smashed a hole, punched a hole through that Roman line that was in front of me there. Take my cavalry on through, and then I'm going to turn my cavalry onto those enemy purple Roman troops there, as well as turning my infantry on them as well. Look, and there goes my cavalry, look, and bang, as they smash into those enemy troops. Right, can you see a lot of enemy troops are now moving over towards my Roman army? You've got Saxon infantry, you just had the purple cavalry charge into me as well. But here, look, you can see there is a bit of a scrap there going on. That's a Romano British general, I think, has just been killed there But here you can see, as I say, see how those fire torches really light up the battlefield there, bring those different colours onto the battlefield there, which I think looks really interesting. Adds even more. Right, can you see that I'm pulling my cavalry out of the fray now? Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my cavalry back. I'm going to lock and load it. Okay, and I'm going to charge it in again to get the full cavalry charge bonus of those Equitai Clibanares. Smash into the enemy troops there. Okay, but remember what we talked about. Whenever you rout enemy troops, you should chase down those routers. But here, as I say, you can see the enemy troops. Now this is really unusual. Can you see this arrow has gone through that pillar in mid-air? So that pillar was thrown and that arrow has gone right through it. Have you ever seen that before on RTW or Barbarian Invasion? I've never seen that before. Whoa, that was really interesting, wasn't it? And as I say, you can see all these enemy troops charging in there. Here you can see all those elite axemen there with their effective against armors ready to, axes ready to charge into my Roman army there. Okay, you can already see those levy spearmen have been thrown in to attack, and you can see the purple Roman troops are attacking as well. Okay, so as I say, I need to hold the line there. And I've got my cavalry locked and loaded, ready to charge back into the enemy troops there. Okay, you can see my cavalry going to charge in there again. Get ready for this. Here they go in wedge formation for more penetration, more impact, and bang as they smash into those advancing enemy troops there. Oh my gosh, what an impact that was. But I'm not going to leave them in there fighting. Mind you, this cavalry is so tough. Their specifications are so good. You could leave them fighting infantry and they would do really well. Just, you know, that's how good this cavalry is. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pull them back, lock and load them and charge them in again. Okay, so here you'll see that Earth has brought his axemen over as well to help out. His effective against armor axemen he's brought over here to help out against enemy troops. You've got enemy purple cavalry charging into the rear of my troops there, because I've turned my troops now to face a threat coming in on my right flank. But what I would like to show you here is that as I say, the lighting here is so good. I think the fire torches bring such interesting different colours, different lighting to the battlefield. I think it adds a bit more. They already got Marses. Now remember what I said about chasing down routing units. Now Scorpion King's units and some of Mars's units have rallied, look, and they're coming back into the battle. All these guys were routed. Do you remember we saw them? They were all routed earlier in the battle, and now they're coming back because they weren't chased down. You see what I mean about learning lessons about chasing down routing troops? So all these troops were routed but not chased down, and now they've come back to the battlefield, and they are now going to smash into the rear of those enemy troops that are attacking my Roman army. So there is a lesson to be learned from this battle, I think, for both RTW and Barbarian Invasion here. As I say, I'm going to pull my cavalry back once again, going to lock and load it to charge it in. There goes the purple Roman cavalry charging in to my units there. Can you see that? Right, I've brought my cavalry back. Let's pause the game for a second here. Locked and load him. There you can see Earth brought his archers forward here, and they'll be shooting arrows into the enemy team there, causing lots of casualties to the enemy. As I say, Earth, very good tactical player. There's a close-up of one of their arrows that's going towards the enemy troops there. Now over here you'll see that Earth's very battle-damaged cavalry here. He's bringing back into the fray. Hopefully he's going to charge that into the rear of the attacking enemy troops there. Okay, but as I say, very, very battle-damaged units. All those units were 54 men, but you can see there that they've been very, very battle-depleted there. Okay, so in the meantime, I've pulled my cavalry back, locked and loaded it. I'm going to charge it in once again to get the full cavalry charge bonus. As I say, in wedge formation for more penetration, more impact. And there goes my cavalry. Get ready for this. Bang! As it smashes in to enemy troops there. Just look at the impact and penetration of that cavalry of mine. Just look at us penetrating into those troops there. Routing some of those troops on impact, some of those enemy troops on impact there. Right, and here comes my allies. You see my rallied allies coming back in. The Sassanid cavalry of Scorpion Kings and the Vandal troops of Mars that should have been chased down when they were routed, but have now coming back into the battle there. and are now attacking the rear of the attacking enemy troops. So, oh my gosh, you can see them coming back in. So as I say, this is one reason I want to show this battle, a lesson to us all about chasing down routing troops. Okay, pause the game for a second. You can see my cavalry now has been extremely battle damaged, battle depleted, but I'm still going to charge them in there. Here you can see the axemen of earth charging in there, and you can see my Roman infantry fighting there. I've turned units to face a threat coming in from my right flank here. And you can see that the enemy troops now have turned their troops to face the rallied troops of my allies coming back into the battle. As I say, these troops that have rallied and come back into the battle should have been chased down by the enemy troops there, but they didn't do that. And so, luckily for us, my allies have managed to come back in. These Saxon axemen here, very, very elite infantry, they're holding well. And you can see the Sassanid cavalry, the rallied Sassanid cavalry of Scorpion Kings coming back into the fray there, attacking those axemen. But those effective against armour axemen, look, they're chopping down those cataphracts there of Scorpion Kings. But as I say, there you can see there the rallied troops come back in. As I say, I've got my cavalry locked and loaded. Now what I'd like to do here is charge my cavalry either into those axemen, those Saxon axemen there, or go for the Roman troops, the purple Roman troops there. We'll see where I decide to hit. Right, you can see my cavalry. Looking at the trajectory of my cavalry, it looks like I'm going for those Roman troops there, those purple Roman troops. You see my cavalry smash through my infantry there, and then come at the other end of my infantry and then crash into those Roman troops there, like, and bang, as they smash in there. Oh my gosh, I think we've just killed the Saxon general as well, taking the morale bonus away. Did you see all his Saxon units basically routed in one go once the general was killed? That is how important morale is, especially general morale on Barbarian Invasion. Pause the game for a second there. So it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. So what a battle that was. Oh my gosh. And as I say, we've managed to do that. And as I say, rallied troops coming back into the battle there, I think really made the difference. I don't know what you guys thought. I thought they really made a difference. It's quite a spread out battlefield. If we look over here, of course, you're not going to see the dead in too much detail here, because of course this is a night battle there. So you can see there are lots of cavalry dead there. As we move across the battlefield here, you can see a lot of dead there. A lot of Romano, British, and dead there, and Saxon dead, and Sassanid dead here. Then we move over to this part, which we thought could prove pivotal to the battle. Look at all that dead Sassanid cavalry there with their blue horse blankets there. You can see there a lot of dead cavalry there. As we move across here, more and more dead. There you can see how intense the fighting was. And then if we move over here, you can see where they've got their fire torches now still going. As I say, I think the different colours that the fire torches bring to the battlefield, I think that really kind of enhances the battle, makes it a little bit more different. I don't know what you think. It seems to be you know, something that a bit added to the battle, isn't it? A little bit there, I think. But as I say, our troops have managed to go on to win the battle there. And you can see the fire torches flickering there with the men holding them there. There you are. You can see as I say, the fire torches do make a difference, I think, to the battle there. And as I say, we've managed to go on to win the battle there. So first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well there. So well done, guys. Win or lose, great battle. And I was surprised it was a clear victory, because looking at the troops that we had left, which was, you know, mostly rallied troops there, I thought it'd been, you know, maybe an average victory. I don't know what you thought. Maybe average there. And the highest kills in the game goes to Scorpion King SR with his Sassanid army there. 1,837 kills. So well done to Scorpion King there. I thought he did really well with his Sassanid army. Really well done to him there. Great, use of his archers and everything there. Well done to the orange veteran there. As I say, if we get less than 1,000 kills, we are a bit disappointed in our battles, but that's pretty close to 1,000 kills. So well done to the orange veteran, bearing in mind that he's a newer player to both Barbarian Invasion and Rome Total War. I thought he played really well there, and he did enjoy the battle as well. Now well done to Aurelius. Now he will be very disappointed with his kills there. My guess is that his 2 fully upgraded berserkers got most of those kills. Well done to Barclayman. He managed to get over 1,000 kills there with his army, but look at the size of the army that he bought. 1,765, the biggest army by far on the battlefield, and he just got over 1,000 kills with that army. So he got over 1,000, so he'll be okay with that. And Manuel, he nearly reached 1,000 kills with his Roman army. He'll probably be a bit disappointed with that, but he was okay. My kills, I'm pleased with that. 1,533 kills. Very pleased with those kills. That's pretty good. Did quite well there. I say well done to Earth. He got some good kills there with his Allemanii army. I thought he did well there. Bearing in mind he only had 4 infantry. As I say, Scorpion King, highest kills in the game. And well done to Mars as well. It was very aggressive there, working hand in hand with Scorpion King. So just to say, we play Barbarian Invasion every Sunday night. If you'd like to join us, you would be more than welcome. We play Rome Total War every Friday and Saturday night. If you'd like to join us, you would be more than welcome. And I hope you enjoyed this this night battle with dense fog thrown in. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, or maybe leave a comment about what you think about the battle. It's always nice to read what you think about our battles. Spartan Commander saying bye for now. See you soon.